No words. No words for real has to be said. Once you realize that there's no separation, there's no separation between you or God or anything around you, you will never lack anything because there's nothing to lack. Once you realize that everything is just one whole, everything is just one whole, you'll realize that there's really nothing to lose and there's nothing to gain because everything's already there. Everything is already connected. Everything is already one. When you view things as separate from you, when you view whatever you want, for example, money, when you view money as separate from you and you view it as this thing that you have to obtain as if it's not already part of the one whole, it's gonna remain separate from you. It's gonna remain separate from you. Once you realize that everything's part of the whole, even source, people be, saying like, God, please give me this, please give me that. And they be acting like God is not an abundant source. People don't have enough faith, like, for real. God is here. God is. And so whatever you believe, whatever amount of faith that you have is exactly what is going to reflect back to you. I'm not religious or anything, but in the Bible it says, have faith as small as a mustard seed and you will be able to move mountains. See, if you truly believe something, if you truly believe that everything is available to you, if you believe that you don't have to beg for something to come to you, if you believe that Source has you, if you truly believe it with no doubt, it will come. It will come to be. Whatever you want will come to you because of that faith, that energy, that frequency. The frequency that you're on is the frequency of having. People believe that all these things are separate from them, that they have to attain these things. But if they realize that all of it is just part of the whole, all of it is just part of the one. All of it is just part of the one. You'll realize you'll never lack anything. You never lacked anything to begin with. You feel alone. You can't be alone. You truly cannot be alone. Me and the tree, for real. Love is all around. Love is really everything. Love is this tree right here. Like, it didn't have to be here, but it is. This sun didn't have to be here, but it is. The fact that you're here and breathing right now, you didn't even have to be here. Like, for real. Think about it. You didn't have to be here. That in itself is an act of love. Like I said in my other video, love is all around. There's never a lack of anything. There's simply different frequencies that you're on that attract certain things, that lead your reality to reflect whatever energy you're operating on back to you. The same energy that's within you is the same energy that's within everything else. You could call that energy, you could call that God. One and the same, honestly. Everything is one and the same. There's duality, but there's non-duality. Everything, one thing is only here for another thing to exist. These shadows right now only exist so the sun can shine on my face. if the shadows didn't exist, there would be only sun. And there would be no shine, because everything would be shine. Simply. We were put on this earth not knowing what in the world anything was, for real. Like, we just label everything to make it seem like we know what we're talking about. We do not know what we're talking about. Like, what's a chicken? Like, we literally don't know what that is. We don't know what this is, but we labeled it. Anyways, that's not the point though. The point I'm trying to get at is that these labels that we've created simply create the separation. Because now there's a you versus me. There's a me versus it. Me versus the money. Gotta get to the money. Like, me versus the other person. As if that person's just not a reflection of you. God created... I don't know. I mean, I grew up religious, but people say, like, people be so against Satan, they wouldn't even be able to feel the goodness of God without Satan. For real. Think about it. Think about it before you start to get all angry. But for real, like, that's what it is. There is no separation. There is no separation at all. There's no separation to you and what you want. You and your next lover. You and that money you're gonna make today. You and the amazing day that you're gonna have today. If you're connected to everything, once you understand that you're connected to everything, and then you understand that your own state of being is reflected back to you, is when you realize that when you change your state of being, your reality will change. This is still there. I don't know how to work this thing. Anyways. Oh, I can zoom out? Hold on. Okay, I don't know how to work my camera for real. But anyways. I used to wake up not too long ago, and I was in a bit of a negative slump. And so, first thing I used to do, when I would wake up, I would say all these negative things to myself. I would say, like, I have to worry about this, like, I'm worried about this and that. I don't know if this is gonna happen. I don't have enough money. And I would say all these things to myself and have all these worries and fears first thing, like literally first thing when I woke up. And I was wondering, like, why? I don't know how I could do that and then expect to have a good day after. Like, for real. Hold on, my thing is like falling. But anyways, I was going through a tough time, and me having those thoughts were only affirming that to my own mind, therefore reflecting back to me in life situations. I was feeling negative within. Not that anything's really negative, but anyways, I was feeling negative within, and so negative things were reflecting right back to me. But then I changed my way of thinking. I decided, when I started reading, I started being a lot more intentional. Once I started being a lot more intentional, that's when things really started to change for me. I started to be a lot more intentional with what I say to myself. I started to be a lot more intentional with what the things I was saying to myself first thing in the morning was. How much time do I really make for myself to really take time to love myself and hear myself out and to be there for myself, instead of forcing myself to go. Like, hold on, like, hello, good morning, or grand rising, I should say. Like, I wasn't caring for myself, so the world around me wasn't caring for me. It's getting a little bit chilly, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might go inside. But you are held by the world. You are held. You are held by everything. You are held because you are right in the middle of all of it. And you are part of it all. But yeah, it's getting a bit chilly. I think I'm gonna go outside. I mean, inside. Get that. Okay, son. Like, you don't want me to go? I mean, tree. Like, life is so great. Like, you literally. I used to say affirmations to myself with no emotion. Of course, it didn't reflect in my reality because I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. So it wasn't reflecting back to me. Now whenever I affirm things to myself, I used to think like, oh, affirmations don't work. That's because I wasn't truly believing it because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't believing it because I wasn't feeling it. And so once I started saying, like, life is so great, like, life is amazing. Hold on, like, okay, I'm feeling it now. Like, there's energy there. You gotta put energy. You gotta have intention with everything that you do. Everything in my life is an affirmation. Everything in my life is an affirmation. My food, I speak food. I speak affirmations into my food all the time. Like, this is going to bless my body. This is going to heal my body. This is nutritious. What's the word? Yeah, nutritious for my body. This is gonna make my immune system stronger. Of course, I do eat alkaline vegan as well. That's another thing. Everything I do is an affirmation to myself. Because I have that amount of honor to myself. And so, in life reflects that back to me. Life will just reflect all that back to me. Just honor me the same way that I honor myself. Yes, there are things that will come by, and people will sometimes be mean, people will sometimes be rude, but at the end of the day, it's all about being able to recenter yourself. It's okay if you're not always love and light. Oh my gosh, that squirrel scared me. It's okay if you're not always love and light, because the only way to feel love and light is to have these moments of density and heaviness and a bit like feeling a bit down, but it's being able to rise up after that. And that's the beautiful part. That's the beautiful part of all of this, being able to rise up after all of the tough times. That's what we're all here for. God created in biblical terms. I grew up in a religious household, so it's like I understand things in a religious point of view and also a spiritual view. God created an alternate self, Satan, so then we can experience the goodness. We can rise up. I was talking to my dad about like the revolution or book of Revelation. And I was just like, how does this make any sense? Why can't God just go like this? Like, he's talking about having all these, like I don't know, some dragon and whatever in the book. Don't get me wrong, I don't know it that well. But having, like, this entire, like, battle, and I'm just like, isn't God, like, all-powerful? He could just snap his fingers. But it's like, first off, it's not literal, the book of Revelation. But anyways, the point was, we need to have those negative experiences to feel, to have the revelation, to have the evolution, to have this growth. All these negative things happen, all these downtimes happen, so then we could feel the amazing love that is here, that is available, that is within and around. Everything is frequency and vibration. If everything's frequency and vibration, frequency is just the same thing that you tune a radio to. You can hear it. Whatever you tune it to, you're going to hear that station. The only way that we're able to see this tree is because it's vibrating at a certain state to manifest into this form, okay? And so anyways, the frequency of having a horrible life is also available. The frequency of having a lovely life is also available. It's all available to you. It's all in the air. It's all in the energy. All of this 3D form is simply a result of the spiritual, energetic, quantum field. And that's just science for real. Like, if you don't wanna get all woo-woo, that's for real just science. Everything is just, all this light is just waves. Light waves, literally, we're not even really seeing anything. It's just what our eyes are receiving. Think about it. Like, you gotta think about it that deeply. All these negative things, or perceived negative things that were happening to me, it was not even really negative. I'll let y'all in on the details, because it could get dense sometimes. But I lost money. Like, I lost hella money, and it wasn't for like, oh, I got scammed. Like, no, like, I failed like at something and I felt horrible. But all of it is so I could simply restart. I've learned so much from it. Now that I'm able to step back, I was in the midst of it and I was a bit lost because I was in the middle of the storm. But once you let the water in the puddle, once you let the dirt in the puddle calm down and you're able to see through, that's when I was able to see, oh wait, first off, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. And second, what did I learn from it? I learned this and that. Okay, it didn't have to be that way, but it is that way, and therefore there's nothing that I could do about it for real. And so what am I gonna do from there? I take every single opportunity, it doesn't matter what it is, I take every single opportunity to reflect and be like, what can I do to grow from this? What can I do? No matter how bad I'm feeling. I was feeling bad earlier about this little something that just kind of triggered me. I was like, ugh, like, this is kind of feeling like dense right now. And because it was kind of bringing up a past feeling that I used to feel. And I asked myself, like, is this truly what is happening right now? Or is this just a past experience that has happened that I am now re-embodying, and therefore it seems like my reality is that way, when actuality, that's just how I was feeling within. Also, there's a highway in the back, so if you hear like a constant kind of haze, that's what that is. But yeah, okay, I'm getting cold now, so I'm gonna go inside. But yeah, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright. Hey. So it's actually the next day. I ended up having to go somewhere. And somewhere that I forgot that I had to go. And so yeah, but anyways, we in the same getup as before, you know what I mean? On a broader scale, when it comes to people as a whole, when it comes to society as a whole, when we lose sight of our oneness, when we lose sight of our unity, that's when conflict happens between countries, conflict happens between races, conflicts happen between different cultures and different types of people, and even conflict against nature itself, conflict against land. We forget that everything is really just one. I don't know if you guys ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, but Uncle Iroh talks about this. There's 4 nations and they're all divided, but in reality it's all just one. We're all just one people. And the fact that we grew up like this, we grew up thinking that we're separate because we grew up with, you know, different countries, different backgrounds, and da-da-da-da-da. And so it feeds into this ego that we create as a kid. And the ego is basically an identity. The ego is this identity that you create with labels. And so when we have all these labels as children, we completely forget, or we don't even know, because we're not taught it, We don't even know that we are actually all one. We don't even know that everything is interconnected, and that everything is simply us. Everything is not separate at all. We all have the same energy within, and everything is just seen in the 3D world as different because everything's vibrating at different frequencies, but it's the same energy. It's the same source, same God within everything. People are scared to share things from their culture because they believe that people are separate and that they should stay separate. But if people were to stay separate, then there's never going to be any type of unity, like truly, true unity. Obviously, there's things that are like, okay, crossing the line, like cultural appropriation, but like, at the end of the day, if we can come together and appreciate each other as the diverse people that we are, but knowing that we are all one people, it's okay to be diverse. Diversity is what makes things beautiful. If everything was just trees, we wouldn't even know like the beauty of a flower. You know what I mean? So different flowers, we're all flowers, but we all look different, but that's okay. A lot of people like to ask me what's my ethnicity, but I've gotten to a point where I kind of don't want to tell anybody. Like, I genuinely don't. Because when I tell people, suddenly they have all these perceptions of that background, and they will change and alter the way that they see me in their mind because of those labels and the identity that they have attached to those labels, which cause the separation, which cause the judgment. And so I've gotten to a point where it's just like, I'm just like, we're just here. Like, I'm just here. Like, the same as you. Like, we're just on this earth. I'm a human. Like, I'm not even... See, that's just another label at the end of the day, but just to simplify it, like, I'm a human, you know what I mean, on earth. Everything is just here, like... Our egos are here to play a part, though, to make life interesting, to make things kind of exist in this realm, but it's like, don't get so washed up in your identity. Like, you could say, like, for example, me, oh, earthy girl, blah blah blah, but if I get attached to that, the second that something tries to come and like attacks that side of me, or attacks like, oh, like, you're not earthy, da da da, like, if I was attached to being an earthy aesthetic, whatever people say, that would hurt my feelings. And I'd be like, wait, no, I'm not earthy. Like, I don't look like a spiritual girly. Like, no, like, please. Like, because that's hurting my identity, and I feel like someone's attacking me because they're attacking my identity. But if you realize that at the core, that's not who you are, and that literally nothing outside of you can define you except for just your being, nothing can for real hurt you. Nothing can be taken away from you. Anything that could be taken away from you is not you. It's not you. And you gotta think about that. If everyone was operating on a state of separation, then that's exactly what manifests into mass destruction. Destruction isn't always necessary, but when it does happen, it does make room for new growth to happen, new growth to appear, new growth to emerge from the darkness. I definitely do believe that there has been an imbalance in the energies, mainly masculine and feminine energies. Like, it's been a lot more masculine during the last centuries, but slowly. And also a lot more destruction and just separateness. But there is a huge shift. I'm not even joking. Like, I used to think it was so corny when people used to say this. I used to literally think that people were so corny for saying, like, a shift is happening. Like, please. But no, like, I'm just saying this because I've been seeing it. But I used to feel like I was so alone. Like, I used to feel like nobody really understood where I was coming from. my reality has been reflecting back to me other people who are also on the same consciousness level or even more, or are getting there, or people who are more self-aware, people who are more loving and understanding of other people because they're understanding of themselves. There are so many more conscious, aware people today than there probably ever was, like mainly because of the media. There is so much available information to learn that people are now going inwards and finding the answer. And that's what we all need. You know, sometimes I've noticed people can get really caught up in thinking that you have to give, be so focused on other people, be so focused on your external, that your internal, they don't even be knowing, but your internal is affecting your external. When you don't pour into yourself, your external is also going to reflect that there's always going to be a lack that you're going to have to try to pour into. But if you continue to try to pour into the external, it's never going to be filled, because the thing that needs to be poured into is you. And so when you go within, when you truly dive deep and be there for yourself and try to actually understand where things are coming from and who you are and what things are triggering you and blah blah blah, and just reality as a whole, it's like your life will be so much more peaceful, because not only will you be healing yourself, but everyone else will be getting healed because of you. Everyone else will start to also feel the radiant love that you're emitting. Trust me, people feel it. There's another thing I wanted to talk about, and that's your appearance. People get so caught up in thinking that you have to look a certain way to have that as the right way of being. People in the spiritual community think that you have to look a certain way to and not have an ego in order to be enlightened. No, like you literally can't have an ego. Like if you think that you don't have an ego, you do. You just think that your ego is not having an ego. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like you can't not have an ego. But it's the ego that is a tool. This identity that is a tool for this world. But it's like you gotta know within, because if you don't know within who you truly are, that's when things can hurt you. That's when things can attack you, because then you're identifying with things that are not actually you, and those things that are not actually you can get hurt. You can be expressive. We are creative beings. We are made in the image of God, right? And so be creative, be expressive, do whatever you want to do. Like it is your world. Like don't waste it thinking about being afraid of being perceived. Like don't be afraid of being perceived. You're being dependent on your external world to give you validation, and you're never gonna truly feel validated until you validate yourself. And so be expressive. Don't feel like you gotta be a certain way, fit into a certain mold. Like I said, it's all one. Like if you want to dress one way doesn't mean you can't dress another way the next day. Just because you dance gracefully one day doesn't mean you can't rock out another day. Just because you listen to some soft, calm music one day doesn't mean you can't listen to rap the next day. Like it's all just one. Let me know your thoughts, or if you have any questions, or even just if you have a different perspective and you don't agree with something, like I'd love to hear it. But if you're still watching, I appreciate you so very much, and I'm so glad that I'm somebody that you can connect with and that you may find comfort in. And I deeply, deeply love and appreciate every single one of you guys. Truly, truly, truly. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, amazing day. One more moment for the nails, just because, yeah, she went crazy. Like absolutely bonkers, like for real. Can't forget the thumb skis. And no, this is not a real tattoo. This is Jaga. I did it myself, and I also did these ones. But yeah, anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe as well, because we just growing a little community out here. Like, I just love it. Like, I love seeing all you guys talking in the comments or something resonating with you guys. But anyways, I could literally just keep on yapping forever, but I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Peace and love, y'all.